Alejandro Garnacho, what is he? Well, automatically you would say he's a winger, he's a forward player. Yes, that is what he was under Erik ten Hag. But under Ruben Amorim, he wants him to play as a number 10. That isn't going to happen. Garnacho is not a 10. He's proved he's not a 10. And last night, I think, was a turning point. Maybe in the way that Garnacho has been talking and how Ruben Amorim utilised him in that second half against Leicester, which pretty much got Manchester United the win in the end and got United into the next round. I'm going to go through them quotes. I want to get your ideas of what you think Garnacho actually is. Get into the comment section below. We're talking Garnacho and how he survives under Ruben Amorim right now. Yes, survives. You see, because I think Ruben Amorim sees Garnacho as that undecided. He's the unknown type of player at Manchester United right now. Disciplined when Ruben Amorim first came in, attitude issues and things like that. Then brought back in, trained harder, has shown glimpses, shown moments in games where you're thinking he's getting it, and then falls off again. Inconsistencies creeping in. But I think Ruben Amorim looks at Garnacho, the age that he is, a player that he thinks he can turn around. Let's not forget, Ruben Amorim has got a past record of playing young players, developing young players. I don't think he can make his mind up where he's best suited. I don't think he can make his mind up as where to play Garnacho in his system just yet. And the interesting quotes that came out from that game against Leicester, that FA Cup win, which Garnacho did play a big part in and salvaged something for Manchester United from that game, are really interesting from Garnacho's side and how he sees Ruben Amorim. But just quickly on Ruben Amorim and what he sees in Garnacho, I said it then, I don't think he wants to give up on him. I really don't. He's that player that United could easily sell right now because he is a natural winger. And I think Ruben Amorim is realising that he can only play on the wing. He isn't suited to the number 10. Ruben Amorim has alluded to the time that he's got and how he needs to get results. And I think last night was key in Ruben Amorim's time at Manchester United, with him realising that he does need to change things a little bit in how he plays certain players, or indeed the formation and the system that he wants to play. The interesting thing from last night's game was we got to listen to Alejandro Garnacho's side on things. Forever since Ruben Amorim has taken over Manchester United, we've heard the coach talking about how he needs players to adapt, what he expects from them in training, their attitude, so on and so forth, where he sees Garnacho needing to play better inside. It's all been Ruben Amorim's side. We've not really heard from Alejandro Garnacho. And last night we got to the quotes. We actually got to what Garnacho wanted to say and what he thought of Ruben Amorim and the system and his game overall. Well, Ruben Amorim has been at the football club and what his impact was last night. First of all, Garnacho talking about his game last night and how he's seen the game against Leicester. Alejandro Garnacho said, I think the first half was a little bit more quiet, but then the manager, he bring me, and yeah, it seems a little bit more the game in terms of pace and attack. So Garnacho alluding to Ruben Amorim bringing him on and how he thought he brought more pace and more attack to the game, because obviously Garnacho could see what we were watching. It was a very slow, lethargic game. United didn't even register a shot. So Garnacho is visibly talking, he's visibly seeing, obviously, what's going on the pitch. He's then talking about what he's seeing on the pitch. So it's quite clear to everybody, even the players that are on the bench, what's going wrong. And maybe we're seeing a maturity in Garnacho in this, and how he's looked at the game there and what was necessarily needed from him in that game. Then Garnacho goes on to his relationship Ruben Amorim and what he thinks of the manager. And his words in the interview after the FA Cup game versus Leicester was, I think he is a great guy. He likes to play real football. I don't know if that's a slant towards what he was playing before. You can think of that what you want. But yeah, so yeah, we have to work all together and we will be better we'll be a better team in the future. That's what Garnacho says. He also goes on to talk about Ruben Amorim, what he told him at half-time. And this is where it changes. This is where it gets really interesting, and I think is the key part of everything in this, with Ruben's relationship and Garnacho and how they work things out. Yeah, he doesn't have to say much. He was asked a question on what he was told and what he was asked to say at half-time, what he was asked to do at half-time from Ruben Amorim. He doesn't have to say much to me. He has said to me the things I need to do, and he knows what I can do. He said, play how you want to play and just enjoy it. So really, when I'm looking at that, I'm reading into it, and everybody could say and go back, and I could use that in what I said after the game, because it did look like we abandoned the formation. And I'm still not having people saying we tweaked it here and there. We didn't. It was Hail Mary, gun-ho football, and we panicked Leicester by getting many players in the box. And players were starting to take risks and actually starting to take advantage of the nervousness about Leicester's game, especially in their back four. And that was partly down to Garnacho as well. He told him to go on the pitch and play, go and enjoy it. Go and play what you want to play. I think Garnacho there is looking at Ruben Amorim. He's talking to him. He's understanding his instruction. I think what Garnacho said there for me, and you let me know in the comments what you take from this, is he's expecting Ruben Amorim to trust him in what he is doing. He knows what Ruben Amorim has told him over the last 3 months near enough and what he's trained him. And Ruben Amorim saying, look, you go out there and play and enjoy your football and do what's necessary. I think that instruction for any flair player or attacking player is, I'm going to go out and I'm going to win this game. I'm going to take it upon myself to make things happen. And that actively looked how Garnacho went onto the pitch. Last 30 minutes particularly wasn't a great start for him. Eased his way into the game, but he naturally went over to the left wing. He went out wide, and that's where Garnacho is lethal. He is a winger. He naturally reverted into that position. Does Ruben Amorim have to release the reins a little bit on his system to get the best out of his quality players that can change games? We all know what Garnacho can do on his day. He's a natural-born winger, attacking player who likes to cut in and shoot with his right foot. His decision-making at times is definitely an issue for Garnacho. He has been pulled on it by every single fan, pundits, everybody watching. There is a maturity that needs to sort of develop with Garnacho in his game. But I think last night, Ruben Amorim, and this is probably the one moment that you could say maybe there is a little bit of change in Ruben Amorim as well and his relationship with Garnacho. It's like he needs Garnacho. He needs him to perform. He is one of his flair players, one of them players that can change a game instantly. And Ruben Amorim has alluded to scoring that first goal so many times just to be able to control a game and make that system flow simpler. I think last night he let Garnacho go a bit. He says, boom, there goes the chain. Don't take that seriously. I'm just saying he released the shackles as such. It's a phrase. It's a figure of speech. Don't quote me on it like he's a slave to him or something. But you know what I mean. He said, go out and play. Go play ball. Go and do what you've got to do. And yes, he does need to fine-tune certain elements of his game. But what he did last night was go at the defenders. He went at them, he attacked them, he was direct, he was forceful, and he got results out of it last night. Obviously getting the assist for the first goal, and I think Garnacho last night, that was probably one of his better moments under Ruben Amorim, and it was slightly out of that system role that Ruben wants him to play. Because Garnacho was as far away from a 10 role last night as you can ever be for Ruben Amorim. And I think there is something he maybe have stumbled upon there that might work in the future with Garnacho. I really do think there's an option here where we could actually still play the Ruben Amorim system, but there'll be a little bit of ease to it for the players like Garnacho who can create more from the wing. Is Ruben Amorim learning at a big club? Is Ruben Amorim realising that at Manchester United, you do have to tweak things and my way or the highway doesn't quite work? Does he have to succumb to trying to make his system work to the best of the players' abilities that he's got in the squad? Because quite clearly, Garnacho is not a 10. He cannot play a 10. I think everybody has realised that now. And ultimately, it's up to Ruben Amorim to try and harness what Garnacho has got. This is the manager. This is the coach's job. This is what Ruben Amorim has to do now. And I think he is still learning as he goes. Like he said before, he's a young coach. He'll make mistakes. I think this is going to add another feather to his cap. His man management is apparently absolutely second to none. It's all anyone has said to him. Will he learn from this, just as Garnacho has from Ruben Amorim and trying to play this new system? I think it's key. And the relationship between Ruben Amorim and Garnacho is massive for the future of Manchester United, in particular the rest of this season. Let me know what you think. Is Garnacho just an out-and-out winger? Should we let him go and play? Do players like him need to have that free rein to go and be a baller and just do what's necessary? Can you sometimes not get them flair players to work in a strict system? Do you have to have that little bit of leeway for that type of player? And is Garnacho it? Talk to me in the comment section, everybody. Is this how we get the most out of the rest of our season and some of our forward players? Will Ruben learn? Am I wrong in saying that Garnacho should be given more of a free role rather than be strictly put into position and do certain things with Ruben? Is that going against what Ruben said before and what I said personally he needs to keep going with in terms of getting this system into these players? Is there a balance in between? Let me know. Comment below. Give the video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's up on your screen right now. And I'll see you in the next video, everybody.